was terrorized by Chucky, Alex Vincent. Next was the poor woman that bought the boy the doll, Catherine Hicks. And next is a guest that's returning to Monster Mania for the second time, Chris Sarandon. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just get started. If you would like to ask a question, please raise your hand, and one of the people with the microphones will come over to you.
When that doll actually started moving, was that at all like creepy for you?
You have to
consider taking
understand that this doll was probably, what, 10 different dolls?
Yeah.
In 10 different forms?
With 12 puppeteers.
Also,
and
there was
with
10
people
of them?
underneath it, moving it around, and people moving its hands, people moving its head. There was no way you could actually feel intimidated by this bunch of wires and armatures and latex.
When they said cut, he didn't try to kill us anymore. So
Yeah.
But really, there were 12 guys on a big dolly, every time Chucky moved with all these cables, and, it was really amazing.
Although it was a little surreal the first day. I was talking today with the people who were making the DVD about the first day I walked onto the set, and they had a little person dressed up like Chucky in an oversized set, which is what they did some of the time for long shots. That was a little strange. I mean, not for the fact that it was a little person, but just the fact to see this person on this oversized set, it sort of,
And also, sometimes, they'd say cut, but Chucky, the machine wasn't quite turned off yet,
Right.
and so this little guy'd be moving, and that was sort of weird.
Right.
I think if the puppeteers had any chance to mess with us, they took it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, they would do a lot of playing around by the puppeteers.
Who else has a question?
I think I can speak on behalf of everybody. They couldn't have picked a better voice for Chucky, Brad Dourif. Was he involved, on the set while you were filming the movie?
I think he was on playback a lot.
It was always just Brad. He is Chucky. He's the character. And in Chicago, when we rehearsed all the people scenes, because the doll happened out back in L.A., Brad was with us in the room, crawling around. I mean, the Chucky was always there, and Brad's an amazing actor. So he was always there supplying that persona.
What some people may not know is Catherine's husband actually worked on the film. Catherine, why don't you explain?
Well, first of all, I was in denial. It was a horror film. So Chris and I were in Chicago doing all these people scenes and Alex and mother and son and detective, and I really, in my mind, there was no horror. This was really sort of a detective mother-son story.
She always thought it was a family story.
Because, horror. So, but I didn't know. Then we get back in the doll. I'm like, oh, the doll, stupid old doll. But then I saw who made the doll, and he's like this young guy who's so cute, and he'd put the bite marks on my arm. And I just go, I couldn't breathe. Anyway, we're married now. And Kevin, he's Kevin Yeager. He makes, monsters.
He's done Freddy and the Crypt Keeper, and he's brilliant.
Yeah. And he's the first one who did say, Kath, Chucky may get asked back more than you. And I was like, no, I'll be in the second film. Second film, I'm bringing a sack lunch to my husband. Hi, honey. Does anyone remember me, Karen Barkley?
Hello, this question's for Chris and Catherine. You've done a lot of different genres. Do you have a favorite? Is horror your favorite?
I guess I like comedy. I like comedy. How profound is that, Chris?
I don't really have when I go into these things, it's like when I first read the script to Fright Night, the thing that grabbed me right away was it was a great script and a really interesting character. I didn't think of it in terms of its genre. I just thought it would make a really good movie. And it was the same with Child's Play. This is a great story. It's a story that I think has resonance with all of us, because it's the nightmare that we all had when we were kids, right? Mm-hmm. Of the doll that comes to life. I had it, I know. So I don't really think of it in terms of genre. I've been in comedies, I've been in thrillers, I've been in action movies, and it's fun. It's because you're doing what you did when you were a kid. You're pretending that you're in a totally different milieu. You're creating all the characters in your head, and you are becoming somebody else. We just get to do it for a living.